Well, we're using the numbers from 0 to 9, so I'm going to write them down. And we want to pair them up into 5 pairs, so the sum of each pair is a multiple of 5. Now I'm going to show you the long way that I did for this question. I didn't do it the most efficiently, and then a quicker way. The first thing to do, I think, is to try and figure out what pairs we have. Now, what does 0 go with? 0 and 5, and that is the only option, actually. So these two are out. This is the only pair that can work. We're going to get these different ways from the other pairs. Right, so next one would be to go with 1 and 4, that would work, or 1 and 9, that would also work. And I kind of cycled through and wrote all these possibilities down. So 2 and 3, or 2 and 8. And then I looked at 3, so 3 and, well, I've already got 3 and 2, but I suppose I should write that down again, or 3 and 7. 4 and 1, or 4 and 6. 5 we've dealt with. 6 and 4, or 6 and 9. Can I just systematically work my way through this? I will show you a better way in a minute. 7 and 3, or 7 and 8. 8 and 2, or 8 and 7. And then 9 and 1, or 9 and 6. Okay, so those are the groups. So, right, now I wrote down the possibilities. So I said, right, okay, I'm not actually going to write down 0 and 5. That's going to be in every single one. So let's say I go with 1 and 4. Then these are out. And I just kind of looked down the list and thought, what could I then, have left? Well, I could do, so if 1 and 4 is out, actually I started crossing it off. Then 2 could go with 3. Um, and then 7 with 8 and 6 with 9. Okay, let's say I again go with 1 and 4, but I match 2 up with something else. Then 2 could go with 8. I should probably put them in little pairs. So 2 either has to go with 3 or has to go with 8. Right, so now I've dealt with 2 and 8. So got 9 and 6 and 7 and 3. So I feel like I've been systematic, worked through it. These are the only possibilities when I have 1 and 4. Okay, so I've got two ways. Okay, so and that's it. 2 had to go with 8, and once I had, or 2 and 3, and once I had those, these are the only possibilities. I couldn't get any more ways. Okay, so let's say 1 goes with something else. So 1 and 9. So now I've got rid of that one and that one. Then what can 2 go with? 2 could again go with 8. 3 could go with 7. And then 6 could go with 4. So that would work. 1 and 9 again. Now, instead of 2 going with 8, because that was the only possibility after this was the only thing I could do again when 2 had gone with 8. But now 2 is going to go with something else. So 2 and 3. And then I can think about what 3 must go with. 3 is going to have to now go with, oh, sorry, I've already dealt with 3. Okay, 4 can't go with 1, so 4 will have to go with 6. I agree, this is a little bit messy, but I still feel it's fairly convincing. And then finally 8 with 7. And that is it. We've dealt with 1 and 4. We've got two possibilities. 1 and 9, we've got two possibilities. That is it. And if you look at it, you can see that those are the only possibilities. There's going to be 4. Now let me show you how the solutions did it. It is a better method, to be fair, but like this, I don't know, when I did it, this just felt like the way that was obvious to me. But this way is better. So let's say we go with 1 and 4, okay? Because that's the key bit really. We can just pick this one as our starting one, like I did. 1 and 4, or we can go with 1 and 9. There's actually going to be two possibilities here. Okay, so we're gonna multiply that by that. Now, if I've gone with 1 and 4, then 6 can't go with 4. 6 is going to have to go with 9. Or in the case that 1 has gone with 9, 6 is going to have to go with 4. So actually there's only one possibility here. Like this is set in stone after you've decided the 1 and 4 or 1 and 9. So I can multiply these possibilities. In this case, it's still going to be 2. Now I need to see if there's any other choice. So what about 2 and what that can go with? Well, 2 can go with 3, but 2 could also go with 8. And again, either of these two are possible, so I could swap these two around, but overall it's going to give me another 2 possibilities. And then finally, of course, I've got 0 and 5, that's fixed. Finally, what am I left with? I'm left with, well, 7 and 8 here, that's the only option, and 7 and 3 here. But they are fixed, so actually I'm timing by 1. So this is kind of an arrangements way of doing it. And like you can see, it's much better. We can just times them together. Although I didn't write them all down like I did in my method, you can just, figure it out that you have to times them together. And again, we're going to get that there's 4 possibilities.